Lee, and welcome to my channel. And this video is titled Narcissist Will Say Anything. I mean, of course they'll say anything because they're either that dumb, that delusional, or that arrogant within the lies that they say to you. But this video, or yeah, the story behind this, I was just like, okay. So a little bit of a backstory. Definitely check out my other videos of dealing with a lying, cheating narcissist for about 7 years. And just remember, this is a almost a 60-year-old man. Okay, so we lived together twice. He moved out twice. Didn't matter that his name was on the lease. None of that mattered. And I basically had no rights. I mean, basically he moved out, name was on the lease. I couldn't do anything about it. And so stuck me double the rent, double the bills, constantly breaking up with me at the drop of a hat. I cannot tell you how many times this man broke up with me. Well, before I found out about the cheating. Then after I found out about the cheating, he told me, "Oh no, I'm never going to do anything like that again. Oh no." Watch my other videos on that. And well, he did. Nothing changed. And so he would say one thing to my face, do something different behind my back. I would confront him about it. He would get mad and break up with me. And that was the cycle. So let me tell you the story about his house. Okay. So he was married for 20 years. Watch my other video about that messed up marriage. So whenever they got divorced, she divorced him. He moved out, moved in with me. And she stayed there in that house with the kids. Okay. High school kids. As soon as those kids turned 18, honey, she was ready to move out of that house with her new man. And he ended up buying her out. So he always told me he was going to have that house back again. And I was actually just honestly really dreading that because I don't want to live in your house that you had with your ex-wife for 20 years. I don't want that. I don't want, like, that house already just has some icky vibes to it. Watch just watch my videos because there's a lot of stories that took place in that house when they were married. Just first off, so there's that. There's just the grotto style Playboy mansion, just junk that was going on in there. Just I don't want that. I mean, I would want us with our future to have our own. Yeah, I didn't want that. He loved that house, and honestly, I don't know why. I, I, the house itself, in particular, it's nothing special. I don't like the setup. It's so dark inside. The house itself, I don't particularly care for. But I don't want to live in a house that you lived in with your ex-wife and built. Like, I just don't want to do that. So I was actually really, really dreading that day. So, and also, whenever he moved out, like the second time, and of course, we were still dating together. I don't know what you want to call it. I mean, he never once had said, okay, well, I want us to live together. I want to do this. None of that. I'm in my place. He's in his place. Like, just none of this. And so he moved back into that house and was just so excited. And I'm just like, cool. And this happened fairly recent when he was trying to get back into my good graces. And I've got to do a video on that because I've just been kind of putting it off. I don't know. It's just disgusting. So as he was trying to get back into my good graces, he says, God, I'm trying to remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, he really wanted to be with me and this and that. And I'm like, no, no, you don't. Your actions have proven otherwise. He said something about he wanted me to live in that house. And I was like, no, you don't. First off, that is your house. That's not my house. That's not our house. That is your house. And that's another thing, very hesitant about wanting to move in there because all it takes is the wind to blow the opposite direction. And it is taking my stuff, throwing it out, get out of my house. Because that's what it was every time he would break up with me, every time he would move out. I could breathe wrong and it's, I'm sick of your crap. I'm out of here. So I'm like, no. And I told him that. No, no, that would never happen. I'll put your name on the deed. That doesn't mean crap. So, because your name was on the lease, you up and moved out twice. Nothing happened. So said he wanted me to move in. And then he said, that was always the plan, was for you to move into the house, for us to live in that house together. Really? That was always the plan? Because you never told me about this plan. You never once told, never once. Even when you moved into that house, which wasn't that long ago, you didn't say to me, okay, well, whenever your lease is up, I want you to move in, or how do you feel about moving? Like nothing. So I'm like, uh, okay, okay. And then tried to say, because I don't like the area that he lives in, or I don't like the town. I don't know. I really just feel like it's all of those negative, just emotions and history with. I don't want anything to do with that house that you had with your ex-wife for 20 years. No. So then I want to live on the beach. So then it was, well, you can pick out any house that you like on the beach, and we'll move into that house together, and I'll just rent out my house. And I'm like, boy, you really will say anything. Just trying to say anything and everything to get me to, I guess, trust him, or just, I have no idea. But a narcissist they'll say anything. They'll say any lie, anything, anything to get their way, because that's what it all comes down to, is them getting their way. They don't like to be told no. So they will say anything. Like, no, I'm sorry. I don't want anything to do with that house. I don't want anything to do with those vibes, whatever. I mean, we're not together anymore, so you can have all kind of Playboy mansion grotto style parties and not have to worry about lying to your girlfriend about it. So, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like this content, please consider subscribing. Thanks, guys. See ya.